Hey, yo, this is Fonz.
I'm Goin.
And welcome back to another show. Listen, if you're on social media, primarily Facebook, go search Back Porch Sports Podcast War Room, where we are always chopping it up. We got special things going on. And, you know, even if you're a Cowboy fan, or like my man, he's still a fan, we'll still welcome you in there, you know.
Watch it. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on our YouTube channel at Back Porch Sports Podcast. We're there every week, and we would love for y'all to be a part of it by dropping your comments. If you want to be notified of when that video drop, which is also weekly, hit that notification bell right over to the side. Mm-hmm. And anything else you want to add?
Man, I ain't got nothing else, man. Go on, kick that theme music. Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. As we said at the top, this is the Back Porch Sports Podcast with your man Fonz.
Hey, Goin.
Hey man, how's it going, bro?
Going good.
You sure? I thought I had to look for you. I thought I had to send a search party for you, but I ain't gonna do you like that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the topic. Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. You can take your pick on this one because I got a lot to say. But take it away, my man.
Well, both teams seem like they got some issues on opposite sides of the ball. Believe the Eagles defense is struggling a little bit more than the offensive side of the ball for the Eagles. And Kansas is having some issues as far as where to line up and how far to go out on the offensive side of the ball. The Eagles situation, though, is really not nothing new. I believe they had these issues last year with lack of depth in the secondary. We all know that front seven is good, can be very scary, but their secondary lacks attention, and they definitely do need to fix that. And I look forward to see how they go about fixing that throughout the offseason or whatever. But at this present moment in time, we cannot do any fixing. We can only work with what we got.
That's it.
So, with that being said, they have been, it ain't been good. They struggle.
Both teams are like you said, they a shell of themselves at this point. I'm gonna start with Philly. And to jump on your point about the defense, that defense is statistically at the bottom of the league in just about every defensive category, which includes points per game allowed, yards allowed, defensive snaps, yards per play, takeaways, turnover margin, first downs, passing touchdowns allowed, sacks, third down defense, and red zone defense.
Good.
So let's backtrack. They got handled by both the Cowboys and the 49ers. The 49ers stepped up to the plate first. They told them they was going up in a trap and do what they want to do, and they did what they wanted to do. To me, with the Eagles, it's a lot of variables. Again, that red zone defense. Opponents are scoring 70% of touchdowns inside the Philadelphia 20-yard line, which is the third highest rate in the NFL. Now let's talk about the secondary. I know you said something about their secondary. They got a lot of 30-somethings in their secondary. That does not bode well for success on the back end. Pause. Turnovers. Hurts has not been taking care of that ball like that. It's a travesty. Right now, they're at the bottom of the league of both turnovers with 19 and takeaways with 15. So the turnover margin is kind of iffy. Even the offensive game plan. Have you noticed that they start off real slow? And it takes a miracle for them to come back and win the game. Not these past 2 games. And of course, their ground attack. They're 4th in rushing. They slipped from 4th in rushing, and now to 8th. And so far in 2023, they're 8th with 124.5 yards per game. So it's a lot of different situations going on in Philadelphia. I don't think that they will get that at least fine-tuned before these playoffs. Right now, Dallas has overtaken them in seating, which is scary for the rest of the NFL due to the fact, not because Dallas is a team, which, by the way, Dak Prescott is having a decent season this year, but it's the fact that the Cowboy fans, they ain't gonna know when to shut up. Point blank, period. So I don't know about Philly. We was very high on Philly on this show, but so far when it comes down to stepping up to the plate and winning games, that's going to be a statement for you, and it's going to help you like get preferred seating in the playoffs. They fell short twice. It's tough. But now the team of the hour is those Kansas City Chiefs. Now they're one of the most puzzling teams. They're puzzling because how you fall from grace that quick. Check this out. The Chiefs lost 4 of their last 6 games, including this past Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. Now, in the regular season, the Buffalo Bills do go in Arrowhead and beat them. That's something I had to look it up again to make sure I wasn't crazy. But here's the thing. Yeah, they got some terrible receivers. But it's like a twofold thing. You got people on defense that need some blame too. Now I ain't gonna get to Kadarius Toney. Everybody know about what happened. I don't get why, and maybe you can help me out with this one. I don't get why Patrick Mahomes made such a fuss about that call.
Well, me neither. He was clearly offside. I think the reason why he made it. I mean, when you thought you won the game and you didn't, because the play designed by Travis Kelce, showing his present past quarterback experience by throwing the ball on a spiral, on a dot.
Beautiful. It could have been a play. Not that I ain't mean to cut you off, but it could have been a play that rivaled the Music City Miracle back in the day. It was nice, but
I don't know why. I mean, I think it was just the fact that they lost the game due to. At first, honestly, when he was going off, I thought he was fussing at a receiver. That's who I would have been fussing at.
I thought that too.
But when I found out it was the refs, I was like, oh, he fussing at the refs. I mean, dude about to snap.
Snap.
Good thing they had people holding him back. I don't know whoever threw that flag about to get it. But honestly, the flag was thrown at the snap of the ball. Now, they did miss 2 calls.
They did. They did.
The following play, Von Miller was offside. Nevertheless, though, we ain't going to get into that. I think we kind of discussed referees last week. But nevertheless, that's what we said we was going to do.
Look, we said we was going to stay on topic. I'm a hold down.
But yeah, I don't know why he was fussing. I mean, he was clearly offside.
Clearly, by a country mile. Yeah. But I'm looking at, the referees, it was the right call. My thing is Kansas City has been the beneficiary on a plethora of calls in the past few years. Why are you mad now when the call actually took place? Now, again, the referees were inconsistent. Just like you said, they missed.
Also, I'm trying to figure out where Andy Reid's eyes was, because if I see my play offsides prior to the snap of the ball, I'm trying to call a timeout.
I'm doing this immediately. Now, here's the part that got me though. If you look at the play,
have timeouts left.
If you look at the play, look at the steals of the play, and you see Kadarius Toney with his foot in front of the ball. You see the ref standing right on the imaginary line of scrimmage, which the TV line. Now, I'm sure Andy Reid was looking at the play. Just to your point, he was looking at that play. I'm sure either your eyes need to be checked. I seen that when it happened. I'm like, oh yeah, that's going back. Beautiful play, but it's going back. But let me put something. Let me drop something in your spirit real quick. Let's talk about Marquez Valdes-Scantling, right? Dude, now this is a tweet he had from 11/21/23. Matter of fact, that's my sister's birthday. Shout out my sister. He pretty much said he was going to do better and be better. Now, ever since that tweet, he has done nothing. 3 games have passed since MVS said he would be better. His on-field performance has been anything but. Fans keep waiting for MVS to bounce back, but it's a fool's errand, it seems, since Valdes-Scantling dropped the win against the Philadelphia Eagles. He has been a non-factor on the field. He only had 3 receptions on 6 targets for 24 yards total against the Raiders and Green Bay Packers. That's total. 2 games. The trend continued in Sunday's loss when MVS had 2 catches on 4 targets for 22 yards. So that's the culprit. That goes back to now. That's why I say you can't even put this whole thing on Kadarius Toney. You got to look at the other variables as well. Now, MVS is a veteran. He has 88 career games, which is more than Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, and Kadarius Toney put together.
He's the veteran out the receiver room.
He's the old man River on the team, and you're doing things that's not conducive to veteran receiver status. You're inconsistent. You're not what you say you are. You know how they said the record, you are what your record say you are, but you're not who you say you are, MVS. Let's talk about Justin Reed. That's the safety from the Chiefs fans. He pretty much did his inner honey badger. So then his partner in crime, Brian Cook, is out with an injury. But it's tough out there in that secondary. And of course, everybody, Kadarius Toney, which at the end of the day, y'all need to get off of him because there's other variables. That's for Kansas City. Now, as a fan looking, as a Raven fan, I am fine with this because Kansas City is falling from grace and they falling fast. Here's my question. Do you think Kansas City can make it as a road team? And I know we're supposed to go on top, but it's kind of on topic. Can he make it as a road team in the playoffs? I don't think so.
I mean, we've never seen Kansas on the road. They've been
exactly.
This
is new for them. This will
be the first time in a long time that they've been on the road. Yeah. But your question is, do I think they can make it as far as like to the Super Bowl? Depending on who they play. I don't know. I don't know, man. Kansas, even though like we sitting up here, we talking about they struggled, they miscues, but they are still a team that I just cannot count out fully. But I know it's gonna be tough for them to win and get through this away. But they're gonna be on the road the entire playoffs. So I know it's gonna be a challenge for them to get through it. I don't know who they play. They run into somebody like the Dolphins. I feel like they got a chance. Maybe. But I mean, they're gonna be playing the lower seeds. I think right now they're at 4 seeds, so it's gonna be between Pittsburgh.
I will give you all the chance against them right now. The way it's there.
I forgot. Oh, the Browns. It's the Browns. I think the Browns still
who's playing some solid football thanks to the addition of one Joe Flacco. You're welcome, Cleveland. You're welcome. But check this out. Like I said, they won. They lost 40 last 6. Denver is on the rise. The Chiefs stand at 85. The Broncos are 76. Their margin of error is really slow. It's really, 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 really slim. So if the Broncos keep winning, they could possibly overtake the Chiefs for that division lead. Which, wow, that'll be the first time in his career he did not win the AFC West. If that was to happen, if that were to happen, right?
Yeah, it's between the Browns, Steelers, and Colts.
Yeah,
but I think something the other day, if the season was to end right now, they'll be playing Pittsburgh. Do I think they could win against Pittsburgh away? Yes, I do.
No, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They ain't called Heinz Field no more. It's called the Shore.
You sold them short. You sold them short, man.
Defense. I mean, it'll be I feel like it'll be a low scoring game due to the inconsistencies
But you know
of Patrick Mahomes' offense right now, and due to Pittsburgh having somewhat of a bloodbath with almost every team they encountered this year, I feel like it'll be a low scoring game.
Right.
But somewhere or another, we'll lose.
Right. This is, but to your point, this is why I feel like the Chiefs will possibly do, improve their seeding. Their opponents in the final 4 games are combined 20 and 32. So they playing the Joe Burrow-less Bengals, and that's the only team they have that has more than 5 wins on their schedule. So realistically, they can go 11-6 or 12-5 and still do something. Don't think they'll get the number 1 seed though, because that fight is between Baltimore and Miami at this point. But so hypothetically speaking, they were to go play y'all. The only reason why I will give it to the Chiefs, because y'all can't score 21 points, because everybody that's beating the Chiefs have scored 21 points or better. So hey, it is what it is. Neither one of them is my team. But so in your opinion, and we can after this we can call it right there. In your opinion, who is the more vulnerable team right now? Is it the Eagles or is it the Chiefs?
And honestly, I could pick both of them to be a little vulnerable right now. But that loss that they suffered, the Eagles suffered to the 49ers. That kind of exposed them to some issues that was going on. Like we all know, the Eagles have been struggling throughout the season. They just been finding ways to somehow gather up some points. Yeah. Towards the end of the game to win it. But that 49ers game definitely put a stop to that. Then Dallas came to town. They played ball at home. They played a great game.
They did. Their
offense is actually kind of good. When they want to be,
Yeah, we're waiting on the great fall of Dallas at this point.
Yeah,
we're gonna wait on that one. But
who's more vulnerable right now? I would say the Kansas City Chiefs, and here's why. The offense is extremely young. There's a lot of question marks with the receivers. They got to get on the same page with Patrick Mahomes. I don't know what's going on with their wide receiver coach. I don't know what Andy Reid is doing outside of eating cheeseburgers,
and French fries on commercials. I'm trying to get nuggets.
Yeah, but outside of that, they got to find a way to get these receivers to be on one accord, especially when a game is on the line. They lost that game due to somebody being offsides, not lining up correctly. So those type of minor mistakes can end up to be a major loss or fall. I do feel like they're the more vulnerable team. I feel like the Eagles will somehow find a way to get out of this funk. They needed some losses. They was winning a lot of games on a very consistent basis. They took some losses early on, and they've been in some bloodbaths. We've seen the Commanders play them tough. We've seen a lot of teams give them some good games that came down to the last final seconds. Right. I do feel like the Eagles will get their stuff together some, because their offense is great. Their offense is good. It's just that defense, that secondary, man. They got to force some teams to some field goals, get some punts out there. It's all on the defense. And as far as Kansas goes, they just got to play collective all the way around. They got to want. Yeah, they got to want it for.
As Tomlin would say, Kansas City got to win on all 3 phases at this point. But to answer my own question, I'm gonna say the Eagles are the most vulnerable simply because of that defense. They're at the bottom of the league in just about every statistical category for defense. You're not gonna be able to stop a nosebleed with a tampon with this defense. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, you got, like you said, 30 somethings in that secondary, so that does not bode well. Now their front line, I respect them. I respect the front of their defense, but if they were to somehow make it to the Super Bowl, they will be a favorable matchup for the top teams in the AFC, simply because that defense, they can't stop nothing. They really can't. And I mean, Jalen Hurts pretty much got to do it all. But the good news for them is they don't have that gauntlet no more. They don't went through the fire. They lost, but they went through the fire. And you know, we seen them play the Dolphins. We seen them play the Cowboys twice. You know, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the 49ers. That's it for them. You know what I'm saying? The next few games, all losing records. So they got a chance. They got just as much as a chance as any. But if they meet up with the 49ers or the Cowboys again, they gonna have to see them. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing 49ers and Cowboys part 2 myself, but that's neither here nor there. But hey, my team, I think the Eagles is very vulnerable at this point. Just that defense, man, it's horrible. Like you're at, like I said, you're at the bottom of the league of everything. You got to fix something.
I feel like I said originally, I think both teams are very vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
The defense, definitely. I see your point with the Eagles being a little bit more vulnerable than the Chiefs, right? Because of that defense just not being good collectively.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, both teams start really slow. Mm-hmm. They got a slow start type of thing. They start off really slow. They try to hang in as long as they can so that Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes can give them something special, or Travis Kelce.
Of course, yeah, because he could throw.
Yeah, but he could throw too. But yeah, I mean, I'm more intrigued to see the road to. I mean, if Kansas makes this run to the Super Bowl, it'll be even more well deserved this time. Yeah. Last year, they flew underneath the radar. Everybody counted them out. They still made it. Well deserved. Yeah. But being that this year, the way the seating is going, and Baltimore and the Dolphins are the top 2 seeds right now, and they're gonna have to go on the road and win, and
they're gonna have to go to Maryland or Florida.
They got a much heavier challenge in the playoff. The Eagles, they're gonna ride off into the sunset, in my opinion, especially with the remaining schedule that they got. I feel like they'll ride off in the sunset. They can
really cruise if 14 wins.
They may regain that number 1 seed if Dallas fall, if the stars fall from the sky. If not, I mean, Dallas been turned up a little bit.
Yeah, they slapped the Johnson all over the face.
But you know, like we said, we waiting for the great fall of the Humpty Dumpty of Dallas Cowboys. It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming.
Stephen A. put it the best. They the accident waiting to happen. I'm just lying and waiting. I'm letting them have their fun.
Yeah,
enjoy yourself.
I mean, you already know how that goes. Anytime you put Dak Prescott in Dallas, he's a whole different Dak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, he took care of business against the divisional opponent.
Got to give him credit.
That, you know, that was a preview playoff game, maybe if somebody don't fall. But
honestly, that game was supposed to have been the game of the week. Like everybody was talking about that particular game, and like I couldn't wait to watch it. But
it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Nah, boy, they got the boy slapped across the forehead.
Eagle boy flying low, boy.
Yeah, he's supposed to see what's wrong. That's what's wrong with him. If you see, an eagle is supposed to soar over the clouds. They ain't got to fly in the rain or nothing like that. But the boy got the wings clipped twice.
Yeah, twice. Well, they got stomped on the 49ers stomped, and The Cowboys came and kicked them because they was already on the ground, but they just kept taking them down.
You remember that scene in Don't Be a Menace? You remember that scene in Don't Be a Menace? They were beating that dude up. They were just stomping all over him and stuff. That's what the 49ers and the Cowboys did to them green boys of Philadelphia. So, I hope they can turn it around. That'll actually be good. You know, they won the iconic teams. You know, I want to see the Iconics do what they got to do. Here's looking at you, Pittsburgh. But we're going to go ahead and cut it down right here, man. So let us know in the comments what you think. Who you think is the most vulnerable team right now as we speak in the NFL? Is the Eagles or is it the Chiefs? And, you know, on top of all that, thank y'all. I saw we had some new subscribers to the channel, so we appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for doing what y'all got to do. Do us a favor. If you subscribe, share the channel with everybody that you know that's a sports fan. Share it. Do it. Put the peanut butter on the jelly and spread it. Do all that.
Right.
Because it'll help us out. Because we're trying to get this channel out to the masses at this point. 2024 is coming up. 2024 is all about growth. We got to have that growth mindset as a people. And as a people, please share this channel. Anything you got to add, my brother?
Not at all.
Well, all right. Y'all have made it to the end of the episode. That means you care about us. So this is the Backporch Sports Podcast with your man, Fonz.
Fine.
And we out, y'all.